Good morning, America. Battleground Blitz. Vice President Kamala Harris focusing on Pennsylvania, pitching herself as an agent of change as Donald Trump campaigns out west, doubling down on immigration, promising mass deportations as he answers questions about those comments involving Springfield, Ohio's Haitian community.
On strike. Boeing workers taking to the picket lines, rejecting the company's offer to hike pay by 25%, what they want instead, and could this strike affect the price of an airline ticket?
Pop star Justin Timberlake pleads guilty to charges related to his DWI arrest.
This is a mistake that I made.
The judge's sentence and Timberlake's message about drinking and driving.
Concussion questions. The growing calls for Miami Dolphins quarterback Tua Tagovailoa to retire after his third concussion on the field.
Reflections from space. The first comments from stranded astronauts aboard the International Space Station since their Boeing capsule returned to Earth without them. What they miss and how they're keeping busy awaiting the trip home.
And countdown to the Emmy Awards, now just a day away.
It's so exciting to be recognized.
The nominees, who are starstruck themselves,
Is Iowa Deborah going to be there? That's going to be cool.
revealing their own faves, even the hosts chiming in.
I'm not saying no to Carol Burnett.
See if you agree with the stars of your favorite shows.
Live from ABC News in New York, this is Good Morning America.
Yes!
Good morning, America.
Yes.
We're feeling good on
We
this
made it to Saturday. We made it.
It was a long week.
Yes.
It was. And guess what? Filling up your cars is going to be getting less painful for your wallet. Experts say the nationwide average cost for a gallon of gas looking to dip below $3. Multiple states already reporting those lower prices. So we're breaking down the signs of slowing inflation, what it could mean for the rate you pay to borrow.
Yep. And Janae, we know you're always throwing the knockout punches, right? Well, this morning we're going inside the octagon. We've got an exclusive look at the Las Vegas Sphere for tonight's UFC match. The organization's president predicts it will be the greatest sporting event of all time.
Wow,
Yeah.
pretty incredible. All right, but first here we do have just over 50 days to go until Election Day, and the sprint to November 5th, it is on. Vice President Kamala Harris and former President Donald Trump are hitting the campaign trail in critical swing states. The race is still very, very tight. ABC's Mary Alice Parks joins us live now from Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. Mary Alice, good morning.
Yeah, Gio, good morning. This is a pretty small town, only about 44,000 people. It's a county where former President Trump won twice. But Harris had a rather large, energetic crowd last night with several thousand. She seemed to tailor her pitch. She talked more about being a prosecutor, about specifically going after Mexican cartels, about wanting to create jobs for people that don't have a college degree. All of it seemed to be an attempt to try to chip away at Trump's support here. Vice President Kamala Harris overnight campaigning in central Pennsylvania in a county former President Trump won twice, hoping to chip away at his support.
We need a president of the United States who works for all the American people. And that just stops with all the trying to divide us. Like, people are exhausted with that stuff.
Anchor Brian Taff from our Philadelphia station, WPVI, sitting down with Harris for her first interview since debating Trump.
I think some people have a question, given maybe your current role as Vice President of the United States, how different you are from Joe Biden.
Well, I'm obviously not Joe Biden. And, you know, I offer a new generation of leadership. And so, for example, thinking about developing and creating an opportunity economy where it's about investing in areas that really need a lot of work.
Out west, campaigning in Las Vegas, Trump doubling down on immigration, saying he will start mass deportations, specifically in Springfield, Ohio, after this week repeating false claims he made at the debate about Haitian immigrants hurting pets in that town.
And I'm angry about illegal Haitian migrants taking over Springfield, Ohio. You see that mess, don't you?
Local officials repeatedly saying that Trump's claims are not true, but that they have created chaos and upended life for residents. Students evacuated, the FBI and local law enforcement investigating bomb threats to schools and the town hall. The mayor saying it must stop, that they need help, not hate.
They're not helping, they're hurting communities like ours with our words.
Our Terry Moran asking the former president about the ramifications for this town.
The mayor of Springfield, Ohio, the police chief, the Republican governor of Ohio have all debunked this story about people eating pets. And now there are bomb threats at schools and kids being evacuated. Why do you still spread this false story?
The real threat is what's happening at our border.
Now, you heard the mayor from Springfield, Ohio there. He said the community has been under strain with this influx of Haitian migrants, but you heard him there saying that they need help, not hate. Now, it was notable that Trump said that he would conduct mass deportations there. We know that most Haitian immigrants living there are there legally with temporary protective status. Whip.
All right, Mary Alice Parks for us. Thank you. Now to the Boeing strike. 33,000 workers off the job this morning after rejecting a tentative contract with the aerospace giant. The strike could cost the company billions as it faces a series of major setbacks. ABC's Morgan Norwood is here with the latest. Morgan, good morning.
Good morning to you, Whit. That's right. More turbulence for Boeing. Both sides are eager to get a deal done here. But until then, Boeing is said to be hemorrhaging more than $100 million a day, with concern now about their bottom line and what that could mean for the world's second largest plane manufacturer. But one thing's for certain, the U.S. economy will take a hit.
This morning, the U.S. economy bracing for impact after 33,000 Boeing union members walked off the job and to the picket lines on strike and rejecting the troubled jet maker's latest offer that would have hiked pay by 25% over 4 years.
The first thing I saw right off the bat was a 25% raise over a 4-year period. That's not going to catch up with my rent and my bills.
It's the first strike in 16 years, and workers say it's been that long since they've had a raise, but say Boeing's proposal, especially with inflation, just wasn't going to cut it. They're also demanding a return to pension plans.
It's, difficult, and with the economy right now, it's rough.
Carla Berry is a longtime Boeing employee. Her daughter Andrea also worked for the company. The two now becoming food delivery workers to make ends meet until there's a deal.
That is how we're going to be able to go and make it so that we can make up that extra money to be able to make sure we can survive during this time.
The strike comes as a fresh blow to Boeing after it suffered 2 fatal plane crashes, a door panel flying off mid-flight, and a problem-riddled spacecraft that was forced to leave 2 astronauts behind at the International Space Station. The financial impact to Boeing will be steep. The strike is expected to cost the company approximately $108 million per day. Its CFO saying on Friday the strike will impact production, deliveries, and operations, and will jeopardize recovery.
We want to get back to the table, and we want to reach an agreement that's good for our people.
And depending on how long this strike carries on, it could cost the U.S. economy tens of billions of dollars. Both sides set to return to the negotiating table early next week. The White House saying they're encouraging both sides to hash it out in good faith. Janae?
That daily figure for what it'll cost Boeing is staggering. Morgan, thank you. Overseas now to the war in Ukraine. Kyiv pushing for the U.S. and other allies to allow the use of long-range missiles so they can strike deep inside Russia. ABC's Ian Pannell is in eastern Ukraine with Vladimir Putin's clear and strong warning against it. Good morning, Ian.
Yeah, good morning, Janae. President Biden appearing to dismiss new threats made by Russian leader Vladimir Putin over the war here in Ukraine. Meeting with British Prime Minister Keir Starmer, the two leaders discussed a request by Ukraine to lift these restrictions on its use of missiles provided by the West. President Zelensky wants to basically use these American, British and French weapons to try and strike targets deeper into Russia, something he's not allowed to do right now. He believes that this could influence the direction of the war. Zelensky is going to meet with Biden next week and says he has a plan for victory that he's going to share with him. Vladimir Putin, though, says if the decision to lift restrictions is really taken, it'll mean that America, Europe and other NATO countries are conducting direct war with Russia. And he's threatened there'd be a response without saying exactly what it would be. Asked what he thought about Putin's threat, President Biden said, "I don't think much about Vladimir Putin." On the battlefield, the Kremlin, though, pushing back against Ukrainian forces who've taken over a small part of Russia. And here in the east, again, Ukrainian forces desperately trying to stop Russian troops from sweeping through this area. This is part of the territory in Ukraine that Vladimir Putin desperately wants. Meanwhile, the two enemies are exchanging prisoners of war with emotional reunions with family members. But the overall picture, Gio, remains resoundingly grim, with many desperate for an end to this war. Gio?
Absolutely. All right. Thank you so much, Ian, for your reporting. And to the weather now, and the lingering threat of major flash flooding coming from the remnants of Hurricane Francine. Samara Theodore is here with more on that. Good morning, Samara.
Good morning, Gio. Yeah, Francine had impacts that reached far beyond the coastline of Louisiana. This is Moulton, Alabama, and yesterday they saw 2.6 inches of rain that came down in a very short amount of time, and that led to flooding. So what was formerly Francine, what's left of it, is pushing waves of heavy rain through northern Alabama from Tupelo to Albany, Georgia. We do have a flood watch in effect right now. And as we push forward in time, you can see the waves of rain will continue. There's an elevated risk for flash flooding. So if you're hitting I-20 from Birmingham to Atlanta, be prepared for that. We could see locally high amounts. And then tomorrow, an elevated risk for flash flooding in parts of central Mississippi. Back to you, Wayne.
All right, tomorrow we'll check back in just a bit. This morning, pop star Justin Timberlake with a new message about drinking and driving. The singer pleading guilty to a lesser charge to resolve his DWI arrest. ABC senior investigative correspondent Aaron Katursky has the latest.
Pop superstar Justin Timberlake looking cool and calm as he entered court through a crush of cameras. Resolving a DWI case with a guilty plea to a lesser traffic infraction and leaving court with a message.
Even if you've had one drink, don't get behind the wheel of a car.
His attorney said Timberlake had one martini in a 2-hour period back in June at the American Hotel in Sag Harbor before he slid behind the wheel of a gray BMW, seen here in surveillance footage. Police said Timberlake blew a stop sign and swerved into an oncoming lane. Timberlake, known for his precision on stage, looked unsteady on his feet, the officer said, and his breath smelled of alcohol.
This is a mistake that I made, but I'm hoping that whoever's watching and listening right now can learn from this mistake. I know that I certainly have.
As part of his plea, Timberlake must pay a $500 fine, record a public safety announcement, and perform 25 hours of community service.
I try to hold myself to a very high standard for myself. And this was not that. This was not that.
Timberlake resumes his tour in 2 weeks to promote his latest album, Everything I Thought It Was. Prosecutors said we appreciate his willingness to hold himself accountable for his behavior and for using his platform to increase public awareness about the dangers of drunk driving. Aaron Katursky, ABC News, New York.
All right, thanks to Aaron. Now to the NFL and the renewed concerns about head injuries. Dolphins starting quarterback Tua Tagovailoa out after taking a really hard, scary hit to the head Thursday. ABC's Ike Achachi joins us now as he's facing growing calls to retire. Ike, good morning.
That's right. Good morning, Janae. This latest incident involving Dolphins quarterback Tua Tagovailoa was another heart-stopping moment. The QB taking yet another shot to the head, concussed, and leaving those around him questioning his future in the NFL.
Pressure. Tua steps up. He's going to run for the first down and takes a shot at the 6-yard line.
This morning, growing calls for Miami Dolphin quarterback Tua Tagovailoa to focus on his health or retire altogether after suffering that huge hit and yet another concussion during Thursday night's game. This is now Tagovailoa's third diagnosed concussion of his NFL career. The QB ruled out of the game in the third quarter after colliding with Bills safety Damar Hamlin. The quarterback reduced to a fencing response, which is an immediate sign of neurological trauma. The QB seen rolling on his side, holding his helmet.
And Tua down.
In a statement to ABC News, the NFL confirming that Tagovailoa has entered the concussion protocol. He must follow a mandatory 5-step process in order to return to the field. Family friend and former player Manti Te'o on the verge of tears.
That was hard, bro. Yeah. I want him to be able, not today, 10, 15, 20 years down the line to be able to raise his children.
Nick Saban, who coached Tagovailoa in college at Alabama, joining several other coaches calling on him to listen to all the medical advice.
I think Tua and his family and everyone else should listen to all the medical evidence to make sure that you're not compromising your future health-wise by continuing to play football.
There's no magic number of concussions or traumatic brain injuries that necessitate that someone needs to quit their sport. It's really more of an individualized and nuanced discussion between a player, their family, and their medical team.
Tagovailoa contemplating retirement just last year.
It's my health, it's my body, and I feel like this is what's best for me and my family.
Players can now choose to wear Guardian caps, which are soft-shelled pads worn over football helmets with the objective of reducing the risk of concussions and other head injuries during play. But many players have decided not to wear. As for the Miami Dolphins, they will not play a game for another 8 days when they face the Seattle Seahawks in their first road game of the season. Coach Mike McDaniel declining to speculate as to whether Tagovailoa will be placed on injured reserve, but he did say the team had to begin the process of bringing in another quarterback, guys.
Yeah, I mean, it's just so tough because concussions are serious head injuries, so we have to remember that.
Exactly.
All right, thank you so much, Ike. Now to the crew of Boeing's troubled Starliner capsule, speaking out in a news conference aboard the International Space Station about the decision to send the spacecraft home without them, leaving them behind for what's expected to be an 8-month stay.
Touchdown. Starliner is back on Earth.
This morning, we're hearing from NASA astronauts Butch Wilmore and Sonny Williams for the first time since their Boeing capsule returned to Earth without them.
Certainly, as the commander and the PLT of your spacecraft, you don't want to see it go off without you. But that's where we wound up.
The duo thanking the public for all the prayers and support from well-wishers 248 miles below them back here on Earth.
The concern for us specifically is very heartwarming.
As their initial 8-day mission now turns into one 8 months long, Sonny and Butch also thinking about the things they'll miss and the things they're looking forward to.
Our families. I miss my 2 dogs. I miss my friends.
My daughter's, I'm going to miss most of her senior year in high school.
Looking forward to being able to vote from space, which is pretty cool.
But Butch and Sonny are still positive as they now wait until late February for a SpaceX capsule to bring them back home to Earth.
It's just fun. You know, every day you do something that's work, quote unquote. You can do it upside down. You can do it sideways. So it adds a little different perspective.
Trials, however you judge what a trial might be, makes you stronger. And in that respect, I'm grateful.
They are both so cool. And again, we should tell you, because they couldn't come home, Butch and Sonny say they'll be voting in the presidential election from space. Texas officials already working to send them absentee ballots. The forms are encrypted and sent through NASA's Mission Control. And when Butch and Sonny fill out their forms and they fill out their address, it's going to be low Earth orbit.
Wow.
Yeah. That's a tough return address.
Right. Yeah, right?
When they send it back.
But NASA can make it happen.
Yeah, you feel for the mail carrier. All right, Jim, thank you so much. We appreciate it. All right, turning now to some good news at the pump. Gas prices are falling now below $3 a gallon in more than a dozen states. So how far will they go? ABC's Alexis Christoforous is here to break it all down. Alexis, good morning.
Good morning. You know, gas prices haven't dropped below $3 a gallon in more than 3 years. But some experts say it could happen as soon as late October, if not sooner. It is welcome relief for drivers after years of high gas prices. AAA says the national average for a gallon of regular now $3.21. That is down 23 cents from a month ago and 64 cents cheaper than a year ago. Pump prices are expected to fall even further as the U.S. continues to produce a record amount of oil. The busy summer driving season is also winding down, and gas stations are now switching to the cheaper winter blend of fuel. Drivers in at least 15 states are already paying less than $3 a gallon, including Texas, Tennessee, and Mississippi, where gas is around $2.75. Now, that's a stark contrast to out west, where drivers in California are still paying nearly $5 a gallon. That steady decline in gas prices, a big reason why inflation has been cooling off, and it should give the Fed more incentive to cut interest rates for the first time in 4 years at next week's meeting, making it cheaper for Americans to borrow money. Guys?
All right, we love that cheaper winter blend.
Exactly. It's that summer blend that gets you in your pocket.
Summer blend.
Up, yeah.
We don't like
winter
that
blend.
one.
Thank you.
Thank you, Alexis. All right, time now for another check of the weather. Here's Samara Theodore is here. Ooh, look at Myrtle Beach.
I know. The tropics, they're not done with us yet. Okay, so Myrtle Beach, you're waking up to some gloom out there, gray skies. We have more rain getting ready to move in as we're tracking this area of disturbance right off the coast. It has a 50% chance of development. More on that in a moment. I do want to point out that Tropical Storm Gordon, that is going to end up being a fish storm, but we do have a tropical storm out there nonetheless. Now, let's get back to this system that's developing right off the coast of the Carolinas. It's going to garner up some tropical characteristics. It may not become a named storm. Nonetheless, it's going to be a rainmaker for the East Coast. Over the next 7 days, we could see 3 to 6 inches of rain, especially lining the I-95 corridor.
Anticipation is building in Las Vegas. The city's iconic Sphere is playing host tonight to the UFC. Whit is very excited, and ABC's Jacqueline Lee joins us now from Las Vegas with an exclusive look in what's being billed as an immersive fight experience. Good morning, Jacqueline.
Hey guys, good morning. I'm going to give you an exclusive first look inside the Sphere. So welcome to UFC 306, where the real stars, they're not just the fighters, but it is this jaw-dropping display. I mean, wow. This is going to be unfolding in front of a packed house, more than 15,000 fans. Now, the Octagon, it is right down there. That is where all of the action is going to be unfolding. UFC President Dana White says this will be the biggest and most ambitious production in the history of the sport. I mean, this room is incredibly immersive. Take a look. You have this 160,000 square foot screen, which, by the way, it is 40 times larger than your typical IMAX, not to mention vibrating seats with every hit and slam and what is described as the world's most advanced audio system. Now, this is called Noche UFC. That's what they're calling this event. It's a celebration of Mexican Independence Weekend. 7 Mexican-born fighters on the card for tonight. White calls this his love letter to Mexico. Now, fun fact is he says this is a one-and-done event. He has poured more than $20 million into pulling this thing off. You can stream it exclusively on ESPN Plus pay-per-view later tonight. Guys.
That was so cool. Thank you, Jacqueline. And still ahead here on GMA, our college game day preview. What's ahead for Georgia as the #1 team in the country heads to Kentucky? We'll be right back. You're watching GMA.
Welcome back to GMA on this Saturday morning. You were singing along with?
I was. So is Gio.
Yes.
It's one of his favorite movies. With Halloween just around the corner, Disney is celebrating the season by bringing back the Sanderson sisters. And no, we're not talking about the three of us. The original Hocus Pocus from 1993 will be back on the big screen October 18th. You can also catch The Nightmare Before Christmas in theaters October 11th. Fun fact, America.
Should we tell them? Should we tell them?
Our group text chat is called Sanderson Sisters. It does have a picture of all three of them.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, it's so good.
Gio named it. Surprise, surprise. All right, let's take a look at some of the other big stories that we're following on this Saturday morning. Happening right now, one of the paramedics convicted in the 2019 death of 23-year-old Elijah McClain has been released from prison. Peter Chikuniak was found guilty of administering an excessive amount of ketamine to sedate McClain after an encounter with police in August 2019 in Aurora, Colorado. He was sentenced to 5 years in prison last March, but yesterday a judge reduced the sentence, converting it to 4 years of probation.
Also right now, Boar's Head announcing it will shut down its Virginia plant linked to 9 deaths and 57 hospitalizations following a listeria outbreak traced to its deli meats. The company also announcing it will permanently discontinue the sale of liverwurst. Boar's Head saying they are implementing comprehensive measures to prevent this from happening again.
And rookie WNBA star Caitlin Clark broke the league's single-season assist record Friday night. Clark recorded her 317th assist of the season in the second quarter as the Indiana Fever took on two-time defending champion Las Vegas Aces. The former record was held by Alyssa Thomas with 316 assists last season. My goodness.
So excellent. Love what she's doing in the WNBA.
Absolutely.
Fun to watch. All right, we start this half hour with the big matchups for week 3 of the college football season. And game days, Desmond Howard, former Heisman Trophy winner, Super Bowl MVP, of course. You know him. He's joining us from South Carolina. Desmond, good morning to you. So we've got this great triple header of the SEC games today on ABC, starting with number 16, LSU, against South Carolina. So, Des, what do the Gamecocks need to do to pull off the upset here?
I tell you what, you look at this Gamecocks defense. These guys got 2 edge rushers and Dylan Stewart, who is a true freshman, and Kyle Kennard. Those guys are so disruptive defensively. What they're going to have to do is disrupt the rhythm of LSU's offense. So they have 10 sacks already on the season. I have a forced fumble in the ODU game that led to a victory, but they're going up against a really great offensive line. You're talking about Will Campbell and Emory Jones, 2 potential first-rounders for LSU's offensive line. So you're looking at the game within the game. When you look at South Carolina's front seven against LSU's offensive line.
Couldn't have said it better myself, Desmond. And Texas A&M, they head to the Swamp to face Florida. What are you looking for in that one?
You know, guys, this is an interesting game because both teams need a win. You got Texas A&M. They started the season off. Game day was there at College Station. They played Notre Dame and lost that game. And then Billy Napier in Florida, I mean, they've just struggled lately. Opening loss to their in-state rival, the Miami Hurricanes, who went up there and really spanked them in Gainesville. So you're looking at a game where both teams are probably looking at some desperation this early in the season. I think it's going to be a hard-fought game, a low-scoring game, but I just want to see what's the mentality of both of these teams, especially going into the fourth quarter.
All right, that's exciting. Also exciting, the nightcap game, #1 Georgia visiting Kentucky. So, Des, what is it about Georgia that makes them so dominant and deserving of that #1 ranking?
The thing about Georgia and Kirby Smart is they do a really good job of recruiting. They develop their talent. So you look at their roster, and they're just loaded with 4 and 5 stars. You got Carson Beck, the quarterback. People are already talking about him in the Heisman conversation. So they just do a fantastic job of sustaining a high level of play week in, week out, year in and year out. And that's why they're the #1 seed right now. But there's a long season ahead, so we'll see if they stay there.
We certainly will. Des, you have got a fired up crowd there with you in South Carolina. Thank you so much for being with us this morning.
Thank you, guys.
And you can catch College Game Day. Hear them go. It's starting at 9 Eastern on ESPN, then LSU at South Carolina at noon right here on ABC.
Those fans get started early on a Saturday. It's like, what time is it
Especially,
right now?
And there's something about Desmond himself.
That's what it is. Yeah, he's the draw.
Man, you remember those days in college? Because I do. Time now for the weather.
Or maybe you don't.
Yeah.
Hey, I love you, girl. All right, okay, so take a look at this. How beautiful is this? The sky aglow in Rochester, New York yesterday. It almost looks like it's on fire. New York City also seeing a beautiful sunrise this morning. And this is all because of that wildfire smoke working its way down from Canada. We also have wildfire smoke working its way into Arizona from California. That's because we have the bridge fire still burning, airport fire still burning, and the line fire. Cumulatively, they're actually burning over 100,000 acres right now. So the smoke from these fires will migrate down into places like Phoenix, Flagstaff, and even up into parts of Nevada.
A closer look at the race for 2024. And joining us, our ABC White House correspondent, Mary Alice Parks from Pennsylvania, and NPR White House correspondent and ABC News contributor, Uzma Khalid from Washington. Welcome to you both. Good morning. All right, so Mary Alice, you're in Pennsylvania right now, where Vice President Kamala Harris held a rally last night. Both she and Donald Trump are so focused on that state. Walk us through why Pennsylvania matters so much.
Yeah, of course, national polling is one thing, but we don't elect presidents with a national vote. The Electoral College system makes it basically a numbers game. And simply put, Pennsylvania is a really big state. With 19 Electoral College votes, it's the biggest state that in polling is still a toss-up. If Harris were to win this state and keep those upper Midwest states, Michigan, Wisconsin, Minnesota, that's most likely the ball game. Of course, though, Trump won here in 2016 before Biden won it back in 2020. And polls show that he has a pretty good shot, that Trump has a pretty good shot at winning back some other states, think Arizona, Georgia. So Trump knows that if he wins here, he's on a really good path to maybe winning. So yes, expect a lot of time spent here over the next 50 days. The candidates are going to be back here a lot. Of course, also worth noting, there's also a very high-profile Senate race in this state, too.
Yes, a very important state Pennsylvania is. Uzma, let's bring you in now. During and after the debate, Donald Trump seemed to be on the defense, but as Mary Alice was just pointing out, the race is still really close. So how are both sides trying to move the needle in the coming weeks?
Well, what we've been seeing the last couple of days are two wildly different strategies. You've seen the Harris campaign really try to turn some of that fundraising momentum, some of those viral videos from the debate into concrete support. And so what you've seen are more retail stops, and that's what you're going to continue to see. Local stops. You're going to see her out there doing a sit-down with the National Association of Black Journalists and also with Oprah next week. You know, on the other side, Donald Trump, he is really leaning into his traditional base of support. He was out there, on the road with right-wing activist Laurel Loomer, and sort of trying to announce new policy initiatives, like something like no taxes on overtime, really leaning into blue-collar voters. So two wildly different strategies, and we'll see how things shake out.
And Mary Alice, we know immigration is an important issue for a lot of voters out there, but we've seen Trump doubling down on those unsubstantiated claims about Haitian migrants in Springfield. What's the latest in terms of his messaging and some of the fallout?
Yeah, we know that over the last 4 years, about 10 to 15,000 Haitian immigrants have moved to this town in Springfield, Ohio. And the mayor has talked about how it has been a strain on the community. He's talked about the strain on healthcare and housing. But it was interesting, ABC got an interview with him, and he also talked about how Trump's words are not helping. You know, a lot of this divisive rhetoric and the false claims, like you said, that we've heard from the former president seem to have started when a Haitian immigrant struck a school bus. He killed an 11-year-old boy. The boy's father has also spoken out, really asking Trump to stop. He went as far as saying that he wished the driver had been a white man. He said, "This is a tragedy, but don't spin this towards hate." You know, it's hard to know the lasting effects on that town, on this country, when it comes to Trump's words, the ways that he often dehumanizes, demonizes immigrants. We do know that when Trump was president, he worked to try to overturn temporary protective status, those sort of visas for Haitian immigrants. And of course, like you said, he has focused a lot of time also talking about how he would conduct mass deportations and how he wants to secure the border with.
Uzma, let's switch gears here. What about the Taylor Swift effect, right, with the singer endorsing Kamala Harris? Do these high-profile endorsements even matter that much?
Well, look, what I'll say is that in the 24 hours after Taylor Swift made that endorsement on Instagram, the voter registration site vote.gov said it saw 400,000 plus people visit it. It's a 13 times uptick than what it's normally seen. Now, if that interest actually translates into votes, who knows? We'll see. I think celebrity endorsements have been a mixed bag in recent history. But I'll put it this way. Kamala Harris is trying to juice the margins, so a boost from Taylor Swift, I would say, doesn't hurt.
All right, Asma and Mary Alice Parks, thank you so much. We appreciate it as always.
Now on GMA, as we count down to the Emmys, just one day away. And while you may have your favorites, so do the nominees. ABC's Chris Connolly is in Los Angeles talking to some of those Hollywood stars. You are the man to talk any award show, Chris. Yes, our favorite.
Good morning, Janae. So good to hear your voice. When you watch the Oscars, you're seeing 20 actors competing in performance categories. When you watch the Emmys this Sunday, there'll be more than 70 actors in competition. So the law of averages and binge-worthy TV says you are likely to have a favorite Emmy nominee. And as it turns out, you're not alone in that.
My face was on the tea towel, so I didn't really have a choice.
But you do. With 25 categories up on Sunday, who's your favorite Emmy nominee?
I wear suits now.
Evan Moss-Backrack in The Bear, Hannah Einbinder in Hacks.
Yeah, the optics of that are pretty rough.
How about Kaylee Reese in True Detective Night Country?
My spirit animal eats old white ladies like you for breakfast.
Well, turns out even Emmy nominees have favorite Emmy nominees.
I loved Capote. I loved What We Do in the Shadows.
One human alcohol beer, please.
I'm probably going to be so starstruck. Is Iowa Deborah going to be there? That's going to be cool.
You make me better at this.
Selena Gomez's first time ever nomination in Best Comedy Actress. Gratifying to her fellow Only Murders in the Building nominee and co-star Steve Martin.
It's so exciting to be recognized. How did you explain it?
Well, I think there's a catch-up element. You know, I mean, Selena was always an integral part of the trio. And then, you know, it's like the ice skaters premise that you get the scores this year that you deserved last year. And that's what I think is the industry plays catch up a little bit.
And that series, Davine Joy Randolph, a trained opera singer and nominee, is over the moon for Meryl Streep and her singing.
So darling, my darling.
It feels like a mother is singing to her child. It's gorgeous.
Even this year's Emmy hosts have nominees that they're eager to see.
Carol Burnett might.
She's phenomenal.
She is no. No, I'm not saying no to Carol Burnett.
You don't have the guts.
How about for you, Dan?
I just have some pals who were nominated this year, like Bowen and Andrew
Yang,
Scott.
Who's up, Andrew Scott, who's up for Ripley, right?
Exactly.
Whether your favorite nominee is one of these or somebody else, There'll be plenty to celebrate at Sunday's Emmys.
All your friends. I am looking forward to giving so many people big, big, big hugs.
You know, when Dave Joy and Randolph got to act with Meryl Streep, she called it bucket list stuff, and so was getting her own Emmy nomination. Guys?
This is a really exciting one. Thank you, Chris. We appreciate you as always. And you can watch the 76 Emmys on Sunday starting at 8 p.m. Eastern. And our Robin Roberts and Will Reeve will be hosting the Red Carpet Show starting at 7 p.m. Eastern right here on ABC.
And coming up here on GMA in our second hour, honoring some of the educators who help inspire young talent hoping to make a name for themselves in the music world.
And Jess Salgueiro, who plays Eve on the Frasier reboot, joins us in studio to talk about season 2 and what it's like to work with Kelsey Grammer. Stick around.
Good morning, America. It's our second hour. Battleground Blitz. Vice President Kamala Harris focusing on Pennsylvania, pitching herself as an agent of change. As Donald Trump campaigns out west, doubling down on immigration, promising mass deportations. As he answers questions about those comments involving Springfield, Ohio's Haitian community.
The sky's not the limit for Lauren Sanchez. Juju Chang is one-on-one with the former journalist, talking her new children's book, the upcoming wedding to Jeff Bezos, and who she's bringing with her to space.
Celebrating inspiring teachers. The CMA Foundation's 2024 Music Teachers of Excellence, honoring those encouraging young singers and musicians, how they're giving back to their communities.
And let's get cooking. Tasty and time-saving recipes from social media sensation Monique Volz. She's bringing delicious and kid-friendly dishes from her ambitious kitchen to our studio this morning.
And television's biggest night is almost here, celebrating some of TV's biggest hits.
It's a good thing, right?
Yeah, no, it's great.
Chris Connolly is live with what we can expect and who he thinks will be taking home the trophies as we say, Good morning, America.
It's Saturday morning. This is GMA.
This is GMA.
This is my jam here.
Right?
Is it really?
I had a mixtape from the 90s. It was Pulse, 90s hits.
I can't imagine you.
This was on it. Here we go.
Good morning, America. We are so excited for the Emmy Awards,
yes,
right?
we are.
That is tomorrow night, from The Bear to Abbott Elementary to Shogun. So much great TV out there this year, and we're going to be talking about TV's biggest night all morning long.
All morning long. Also ahead, the cost savings coming to the gas station. The nationwide average cost for a gallon of gas looking to dip below $3. Some states already there.
But first here, there are just over 50 days to go until the election, and the sprint to November 5th is on. Vice President Kamala Harris and former President Donald Trump both hitting the campaign trail in critical swing states in a race that's still very tight. Let's go back to ABC's Mary Alice Parks, who joins us from Pennsylvania this morning. Mary Alice, good morning.
Yeah, good morning. This is a pretty small town, and it's in a county that former President Trump won twice. But Vice President Harris had a rather large, energetic crowd here last night, and she really seemed to try to tailor her pitch. She tried to work across the aisle a little bit more, clearly trying to build support in this crucial state.
Good evening, Pennsylvania.
Vice President Kamala Harris overnight campaigning in central Pennsylvania in a county former President Trump won twice, hoping to chip away at his support.
We need a president of the United States who works for all the American people. And that just stops with all the trying to divide us. Like, people are exhausted with that stuff.
Anchor Brian Taff from our Philadelphia station, WPVI, sitting down with Harris for her first interview since debating Trump.
I think some people have a question, given maybe your current role as Vice President of the United States, how different you are from Joe Biden.
Well, I'm obviously not Joe Biden. And, you know, I offer a new generation of leadership. And so, for example, thinking about developing and creating an opportunity economy where it's about investing in areas that really need a lot of work.
Out west, campaigning in Las Vegas, Trump doubling down on immigration, saying he will start mass deportations, specifically in Springfield, Ohio, after this week repeating false claims he made at the debate about Haitian immigrants hurting pets in that town.
And I'm angry about illegal Haitian migrants taking over
Springfield, Ohio, you see that mess, don't you?
Local officials repeatedly saying that Trump's claims are not true, but that they have created chaos and upended life for residents. Students evacuated, the FBI and local law enforcement investigating bomb threats to schools and the town hall. The mayor saying it must stop, that they need help, not hate.
They're not helping, they're hurting communities like ours with our words.
Our Terry Moran asking the former president about the ramifications for this town.
The mayor of Springfield, Ohio, the police chief, the Republican governor of Ohio have all debunked this story about people eating pets. And now there are bomb threats at schools and kids being evacuated. Why do you still spread this false story?
The real threat is what's happening at our border.
Now, you heard there from the mayor of Springfield. He said that the Haitian immigrants, the influx of Haitian immigrants has been a strain on the community, but you heard him asking the former president to stop with those false claims. Now, it was notable that Trump said that he would conduct mass deportations there in Springfield. We know that most Haitian immigrants there are there legally with temporary protective status. Gio.
And like we said, just about 50 days to go. All right, thank you so much, Mary Alice. And now we're going to turn to the striking workers at Boeing. They're hitting the picket lines, rejecting the company's pay increase offer. And ABC's Morgan Norwood is here now. Morgan, the two sides seem to be very far apart.
Absolutely. We're talking about more turbulent times for Boeing with the U.S. economy now caught in the crosshairs. I mean, we're bracing for impact here because 33,000 Boeing union members are walking off the job. They're now in the picket lines and they're on strike, rejecting the troubled jet maker's latest offer that would have hiked pay by 25% over 4 years. Now, workers say Boeing's proposal, especially with inflation, just wasn't going to cut it. They're also demanding a return to pension plans. But this strike comes as a fresh blow to the company after it suffered 2 fatal plane crashes, a door panel flying off mid-flight, a problem-riddled spacecraft that just recently was forced to leave 2 astronauts behind at the International Space Station. But with this strike, production of Boeing's popular 737 MAX and 777s coming to a screeching halt. And depending on how long this strike carries on, it could cost the U.S. economy tens of billions of dollars. As Gio pointed out, both sides still far apart, but set to return to the negotiating table early next week. Janae?
Boeing still making those headlines. Thank you, Morgan, for that. Well, a deadly house explosion left 1 person dead, 2 others injured in Ohio. It happened in the town of Crestline Friday afternoon. Firefighters responding to the scene saying they found the home leveled by the explosion with a fire in the basement. The debris from the explosion reaching up to 75 yards. The fire marshal there is investigating what caused that blast.
This morning, some good news at the pump. Gas prices are falling. Prices now below $3 a gallon in more than a dozen states. And experts say pump prices are expected to fall even further as the U.S. continues to produce a record amount of oil. Gas prices haven't dropped below $3 a gallon in more than 3 years. AAA says the national average for a gallon of regular is $3.21. That's down 23 cents from a month ago and 64 cents cheaper than a year ago. Still not below $3 in New York.
But we're saying bye to that summer blend.
That's right. So goodbye to the summer blend.
Yeah.
Enter the winter blend, a little bit cheaper for sure. All right, coming up here in our GMA Morning Menu, we are hours away from television's biggest night, talking about all the Emmy nominations.
Also ahead, she stars alongside Kelsey Grammer in the Frasier reboot. Jess Salgueiro joins us here live.
And Tory Johnson is here, and it's her birthday. It's her birthday, but the gifts are all for you. You don't want to miss it. We'll be right back.
We're back now with our GMA Cover Story Awards season. Officially kicks off tomorrow night with the 76th Primetime Emmy Awards. So many great shows that we're all looking out for. Chris Connolly live in Los Angeles with more on some of the top shows vying for trophies. Chris, good morning.
Hey, good morning to you. With so much compelling TV this year, and if you're thinking, didn't they just do the Emmys? You're not entirely wrong. The 2023 Emmy voting went as scheduled, but the ceremony was delayed by the writer's strike, and it aired in January. So 8 months later, what's not here is Succession. The Emmy-winning drama series 3 of the last 4 years has wrapped. That means other series and their actors can enjoy their nominations and have a real chance to win. So we've got first season shows like the Donald Glover, Maya Erskine starring Mr. and Mrs. Smith, and the acclaimed epic Shogun, up against established dramas like the Jennifer Aniston, Reese Witherspoon, Billy Crudup crowd pleaser The Morning Show, and the ever royal The Crown. Now, in comedy, 3 of the 2023 nominees are back, and they're better than ever. They're doing more than just making us laugh. Abbott Elementary revs up a romance. Only Murders in the Building solves a crime and puts on a musical. And as it fills viewers with that yummy anxiety, The Bear shows many members of its cast searching for on-the-job meaning and thankfully finding it.
Absolutely. And
Guys?
a lot of people, Chris, talking about this tight race for outstanding comedy series. So which show has your vote? We're putting you on the spot.
Well, you and Janae have worked with me on the Oscars and stuff, so you know I crazily overthink this stuff. But I think it's going to be The Bear. But you want to lean forward in your chair as they open that envelope, because things like Only Murders in the Building, Abbott Elementary, and Hacks had unbelievably strong seasons right along The Bear's second season, which was literally chef's kiss. So there's every chance that it will win. That's the thing I'd bet on, but you just don't know until they open the envelope.
Chris Connolly, the way you paint a picture, but make sure you lean forward in your seat when they open that envelope.
Yeah, we all
You are
automatically
fantastic.
are leaning forward.
Yeah.
Chris, as always, we appreciate it. Thank you so much. And of course, you can watch the 76 Emmys on Sunday starting at 8 p.m. Eastern. And our Robin Roberts and Will Reeve will be hosting the Red Carpet Show starting at 7 p.m. Eastern right here on ABC.
And we can't wait for that. All right, we're going to turn now to Lauren Sanchez. The former journalist and Emmy winner is making her debut as a children's book author with The Fly That Flew to Space. She sat down with Nightline's Juju Chang to talk about that and her upcoming wedding to Amazon's Jeff Bezos.
Lauren Sanchez's glamorous image features famous friends and a glitzy life, appearing alongside her mogul fiancé.
Jeff, Lauren, give us a wave.
But she's also an Emmy Award-winning journalist, an accomplished helicopter pilot, and now a children's book author.
We often see a sort of two-dimensional view of you, you know.
Right.
Red carpets, glamour, Met Gala. Why do you think you're sometimes misunderstood?
People do. They just see one side of me, and that's why I'm excited about this book and to be able to talk to you, because people get to see a different side of me.
The Fly Who Flew to Space was inspired by a flight she took with her kids.
A fly got stuck in the cockpit, and we were all just like, he was buzzing around, and my kids were like, just think, this poor fly was at home and now is up in the air going, oh my gosh, it's a completely different world up here. And I said, this would make a great children's book.
It was her husband-to-be, Amazon founder Jeff Bezos, who suggested the destination for Flynn's journey.
I don't know, someone encouraged me to write about space. Jeff, you know, his love of space and his love of Blue Origin and what he's doing and his passion for making space accessible to everyone really was like, okay, this fly is going to go to space and see the world.
That's amazing. And we are hearing that life is going to imitate art, and you are going to go into space someday.
Someday soon, someday very soon. I'm really excited about it and, of course, a little nervous. And I'm taking an incredible group of female explorers.
What's more nerve-wracking, going into space or planning a wedding?
Planning a wedding. You know, writing the book has taken up so much time that I really haven't had time to focus on it. I'm excited to now start focusing on that and planning it. But I'm more excited about spending the rest of my life with him.
For Good Morning America, Juju Chang, ABC News, New York.
Oh, what a great conversation there. And The Fly Who Flew to Space is available right now. Now to Samara Theodore for another check of the weather. Hey, Samara.
Hey, Gio. Good morning to my friends at home. All right, so serious situation on the ground in Moulton, Alabama. What's left of Francine sparking flash flooding, a flash flooding warning, in fact. You can see that training of rain just continuing to push through central Alabama. From Tupelo to Albany, we have a flood watch in effect, including places like Birmingham. As we head through the remainder of the day, more rain is expected. The I-20 corridor will be seeing an elevated risk for flash flooding today. And then tomorrow, we have an elevated risk for flash flooding in places like Jackson, Mississippi, Hattiesburg, and even as far north as Memphis, where we could see up to 8 inches of rain.
Now to deals and steals, and this isn't just any other day. It is the grand finale of Tory Johnson's birthday bash deals. And Tory, happy birthday to you.
Thank you. No place I'd rather start the morning with phenomenal deals. One of my
These are
favorites
good.
and your favorite.
Yes, I use it. Makeup in the car, so easy.
It's so smart. It's fancy, and it really is a fancy mirror because it's accurate lighting. So the lighting mirrors natural light so that you don't have makeup mishaps.
There
and
you
so
go.
if you are in the car, on the go, traveling anywhere, you've got two
change
sides. You can change the lighting. You've got regular magnification, no magnification, and then 10 times magnification. So if you have to do brows, tweezing, that sort of deep specific grooming, you've got that. And then we also have what's great is they're handheld. This one's great for home and travel. Both ways it goes for no magnification and 5 times magnification. These are fabulous. Get in on these today because they're 50% off and you will not be disappointed with these from Fancy.
I can vouch for that.
Yes. Okay, another one we love,
all the good
Dr.
skincare,
Brandt,
yes.
the best skincare. We've got one of the products that I love. It's fairly new. It's this one. It's called Bright This Way. It is a triple active retinol, and so it's going to deliver retinol both immediate as well as time released, and it's great for fine lines, wrinkles, brightening, works overnight. So if you don't like a fussy routine in the morning, this is fabulous for overnight. We also have their really great, one of their primers. To me, this is like,
this is gold.
Instagram filter in a tube, but because it looks flawless immediately. Everything from Dr. Brandt, slash in half, starts at $19 and free shipping from Dr. Brandt.
Good. Okay, Gio stood
I love
here.
a good candle.
We smelled every candle.
Smell this one.
Yes,
latte.
I know.
Latte is one of my favorites.
It's so good.
Chestnut champagne latte, nutmeg. It's like hello fall. But I also love this one too. Blackberry currant. This one smells so good. All American
This
made.
does. The cedarwood bonfire.
It's so hard to pick a favorite. The candles, we've got 16 and 64 ounce. The diffusers are fabulous because they've got these thicker reed sticks. So what that means is that it's going to allow more of that fragrance to fill the air. These are phenomenal. And then the vessels are beautiful and you can upcycle, reuse them once the candle burns. All slash and half starts at $19.
Perfect.
Okay. Third Love. Third Love is all about solving problems. Yeah, and so they have one of the most number of fits of any bra brand, more than 65 different sizes. And what's special about them is they come in half sizes, which is unbelievably unique in this category. We have half sizes for shoes. Why not have them for bras so that you get a better fit? This is the 24/7 t-shirt bra. It is designed for truly flawless
No
fit.
underwire, right?
It's super comfortable. We've got 5 different sizes of bras, variety of styles of bottoms. All slash and half, you start at $10.
Cha-ching!
Cha-ching! Okay, then we're going to Wonderful. This is pretty fabulous because it is a bag designed specifically to carry your water bottle.
So you never leave it behind.
So you don't leave it behind, and so it doesn't spill in your bag. It's got these 2 separate pockets in the front that are designed for your credit cards, cash, a phone in there. So you have an easy way to carry your bottle to stay hydrated on the go. I love this puffy coat fabric. So spectacular, these bags. Everything slashed in half. There's even a belt bag you can wear crossbody style, all starting at $14.50. Easy.
Stay hydrated, but make it fashion.
You got it. Speaking of staying hydrated, what I love about 100% silk from Slip is that this is shown to avoid the absorption of your face creams. So when you sleep on cotton,
face, hair.
Yes, and then you lay on cotton, all that expensive face cream that you put on winds up on your pillow, not doing its job on your face. When you sleep with silk, that doesn't happen. So you get that soft silk feeling, that beautiful, no lines, gorgeous
for
hair.
wrinkles and everything.
Slip is the favorite in this category, and it's all slashed in half. We've got a big variety, queen and king, in all the colors.
Amazing. You still, once you do all your face care, you got to lay there with your head up like this.
Exactly.
But Tory, since it's your birthday and you're spending the day with us, we have a little surprise for you.
Uh-oh.
Of course.
Uh-oh.
Come on out. Come on out. Surprise! These two. Oh my gosh.
These really are my favorite people.
We know.
You're
our favorite person. As much as we love you, so glad you guys could be
Have I guys told you my son is a doctor?
Yes. Yes.
Now I get to say it on national TV and my daughter's a rock star. I am
gosh.
the luckiest mother in the world, and you know what that feels like.
I do.
Thank you. You guys, this is amazing. Thank
So
you.
sweet.
Thank
Happy
you.
birthday.
Happy birthday. I love you
Tory.
guys. I love you guys. Thank
You
you.
guys scan the code for those
Thank
deals.
you.
And we'll be right back here on DMA.
You shop while I cry.
Happy birthday.
Look at the stars. The great kings of the past look down on us from those stars.
Really?
Yes. So whenever you feel alone, just remember that those kings will always be there to guide you. And so will I.
Oh, my goodness. Back on GMA with the incomparable voice of James Earl Jones as Mufasa there in The Lion King. But that voice, you know, from so many iconic roles. And there, as you heard, the words of wisdom, even more poignant now after the honorary EGOT winner passed away earlier this week. Known for many roles like Star Wars, Luke, I Am Your Father, Coming to America, Field of Dreams, The Sandlot. James Earl Jones was 93 years old.
I mean, what a legacy. Escaping the Jim Crow South as a child, moving north, developing a stutter, going mute for 8 years. I mean, what an incredible story. And I wrote on Instagram that day when that happened, you know, like Mufasa himself, right? He became this king of stage and screen, right?
Yes.
There's also that clip there from The Lion King. As it goes on, he has this one line in there that I still say to my daughters to this day. You know which one it is?
What?
Nobody messes with your dad.
Yes!
I still say that to my girls. Like,
That's really sweet.
You're embarrassing me.
Yeah.
Anyway, what
Such
a
a
legacy.
legend.
Absolutely. All right, we are moving on this morning because we have an exciting guest. We're talking about the reboot of the wildly popular show Frasier. And you might recognize our guest, Jess Salgueiro, who plays Eve on the show. Jess, good morning. It's great to have you.
Good morning.
Welcome and congratulations.
Happy to be here.
Yeah. So interesting. I heard that as you prepared for this, you had to do a live audition with Kelsey Grammer, like you and him together. No pressure. That must have been quite an experience.
Yes, especially since I hadn't been in an audition room since COVID. Like, I hadn't been in an audition room for 3 years.
Wow. So you crawled out of your COVID cave.
Exactly.
There's Kelsey Grammer.
And James Burrows, and in
Wow.
case you don't know who that is, he's this iconic director. He's directed the majority of the sitcoms that we know, created Cheers, Frasier, directed Friends, Will and Grace.
Wow.
And so I'm auditioning in front of these legends. And I think because it was just so big and so iconic, I was sort of out of body, and it kind of helped me in a weird way.
Yeah. Because of that pressure.
Yeah, I was like, this is such a long shot. I'm just going to go in, be a pro, hopefully make them laugh. Thankfully made them laugh. And then a few weeks later, I got the job.
You got the job.
Incredible.
I mean,
Surreal.
clearly you crushed it. You crushed it. So let's go ahead and get a look at this at the show and get a clip of the show here.
What's the occasion?
Excellent question. You see, when Alan and I attended Oxford together, we sojourned in Spain and enjoyed the most exquisite meal.
Ever since, we've been trying to recreate that Epicurean perfection.
So, in order to celebrate 40 years of friendship...
Wait, is the story just starting? Yeah, no, I have other tables.
That's so good. Okay, so Frasier, obviously, he's known for giving advice. Kelsey Grammer gave you some advice. He said to look at Cheers, right?
Yeah, he did. He said, since my character's a bartender and a waitress, he told me to watch Cheers and to watch Carla very carefully because she's always aware of what's happening in the bar at all times, and he wanted me to be that omnipresent. And it actually helped on so many levels. Also, just to revisit where Frasier came from. I mean, it's from Cheers.
Right.
So just the legacy it's immense. It's amazing.
What's it like on set? Because we've heard that it has a very family feel, and we know a thing or two about that. But Kelsey Grammer even plays the piano in between takes.
He does. We have this like beautiful Steinway in Frasier's apartment, and between takes he's always playing it, and it's such a lovely. Oh my gosh!
Oh, we're looking at some clips.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh, it's from my Instagram.
I mean, so this is just like a day at the office for you.
Seriously, during rehearsals, this is always happening.
Let me ask you too, obviously, like the caliber of the acting on this series is just incredible. Obviously, you talked about what that was like going into the audition, but just like on a daily basis, like how do you feel like that has had an impact on you and your career?
It's been huge. I mean, the level is so high, so you have to rise to the level all the time. And it's Kelsey, it's Nicholas Lyndhurst, it's Perry Gilpin, who played Roz on the original Frasier. Just having all of these masters doing their thing, it's inspiring, and also just to see that they still work hard.
Yep.
You know, no one's phoning it in. It is everyone on top of their craft, doing their best, and yeah, I'm astounded.
Are you just pinching yourself?
All the time.
Yeah.
All the time. Yeah. Especially like in front of a live audience. There's not many sitcoms that are doing that.
Oh, that's
still.
right. You're doing it with a live audience.
Exactly, like in front of 300 or 400 people every tape night. And
what's that like? Do you feed off of the audience? What's
definitely.
that like for you?
Well, it's like doing an under-rehearsed play every week is what it feels like. And they do help you shape your character.
Yeah.
Because if something's not funny, you know that, okay, I'm not going to lean into that. I'm going to lean into what's working.
Right?
Exactly. They're almost like the first editors of the show in a way. And also a lot of the fans they're huge fans of the original.
Yeah.
So the reception has been so warm. There's people are coming from Australia, from Europe, from South America, like every tape night. It's super diverse, super international, and it's been such a warm embrace.
What an experience. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Jess Salgueiro. Thank you so much, and thanks for coming on a Saturday morning.
Oh
We
my God, my
appreciate it.
pleasure.
And thanks for bringing your smile. You have a great smile. So thank you.
And the clueless, like, inspired 90s outfit and everything.
The beret works.
Yes.
Loving
oh,
it.
my goodness.
All of it. Don't forget the new season of Frasier streams September 19th on Paramount+.
Now to a celebration here to inspire, the young musicians all across the country. We're talking about the CMA Foundation, and they have the 2024 Music Teachers of Excellence. Take a look. This morning, the CMA Foundation celebrating its 2024 class of Music Teachers of Excellence. Each year, the foundation selecting 30 music educators across America who are making a great impact on their students and communities.
FGAF.
From Oak Park, Michigan, Carissa Duncanson celebrating 10 years of teaching this year, now wanting to pay it forward to the next generation of musicians.
Being a teacher has always been part of who I am, and that kind of goes hand in hand with being a musician. And I wanted to pass on my love of music and learning to my students.
In Forney, Texas, Corey Graves taking charge as the band director at Themer Middle School.
What I love most about my job is literally the ability to teach another language. The students walk in knowing their native tongue, but I think music transcends every language, right? Even if you don't speak the same language as someone else, you know how music makes you feel. And you know what that makes you feel like when you're playing it.
And in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, Tatiana Nicholson back at her alma mater as the director of bands at Siegel High School.
I want to thank the CMA Foundation for bringing this opportunity to music education. I know that the students are benefiting extremely from this as well because of the grants that were granted. And I want to thank every educator that I've had for investing in me. And I'm so excited to be able to pay it forward.
Miss Nicholson inspiring the next generation of women band directors.
It inspires me a lot because I've always seen, just male directors in the field. And I want to go into music. I want to be either performance or a band director when I grow up. But there's hardly any females in the field.
Oh, some incredible teachers right there.
And that's why educators are so important to you. That was a great story. Now we're going to switch gears and get a check of the weather with Samara. Hey, Samara.
All right, guys, let's go ahead and take a look. We're headed to Kiowa Island, South Carolina. Look at that. It's looking so gloomy and gray. Well, we've got some activity going on in the tropics. First, I want to let you know Tropical Storm Gordon, nothing to worry about. That's going to become a fish storm, but this area, 50% chance of development. Right now in the forecast, it may bring on some tropical characteristics, may or may not become a named storm. Nonetheless, I can assure you it's going to be a soaker for the Carolinas. This is Tuesday by 9 a.m. So over the next 7 days, we're going to pick up a good copious amount of rain from this disturbance lining the I-95 corridor from Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Philly, all the way down to Florida. Heaviest rain situated in places like South Carolina and North Carolina. Remember, we're also dealing with the remnants of Francine a little bit farther west.
To the self-proclaimed LeBron James of walking. That even made him giggle. In the new documentary, Black Outside, Gary Wilkerson Jr. brings us along on his epic hike from Mexico to Canada following the Pacific Crest Trail, all while defying cultural norms along the way. This is incredible. Gary, thank you so much for being here. Okay, you giggled at that. The LeBron James of walking. Why do you call yourself that?
I was doing something so extreme that I was like, only person I can equate myself to is LeBron James. I get it. That game time, like your focus, you got to get in there. Yeah.
This is unbelievable. This journey that you embarked on to prove something to yourself, but also to other people and society at large, that people of color can be outdoorsy. And it's funny because a lot of times when people say, I'm going to go camping or hiking, they're probably like, that's something white people do. Right?
Exactly.
So how did you even come up with this idea to take this hike and have it be covered the whole way?
Yeah. So I was inspired by my friend Mary, who I actually did the trail with.
Yeah. Your friend of 17 years.
Friend of 17 years. Back in 2014, she hiked the Appalachian Trail.
Wow.
Which was crazy. I saw her do it and I was like, I'm never going to do that.
Yeah.
And cut to 2020, we all were locked in our houses and I wanted to go on an adventure.
Oh my gosh. How long did that take you?
6 months.
Walking. 20 hours a day, you just walked.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay, let's take a look at this clip.
I can't do this. So hard.
I know it's hard.
I just want to be done.
What is that like for you to watch that? Being on the other side.
Well, I have so much compassion for him. I know it's me, but watching it is like, you got it, buddy. You're gonna make it. You're good. Because I remember in that moment, it was just, that was kind of the apex of it, where it was like everything was hitting me. It was hard. My feet hurt. It was cold. It was rainy. I just wanted to be home and be safe and be with my family.
Your tagline for the movie is to find your trail. Is that just your motto going forward?
Yeah, and my whole thing with this movie is that I'm not expecting people to want to hike the trail afterwards. Like,
right,
it's an insane
I have
thing.
no desire, but
yeah, you don't want to. But it's like, what's the thing in your life that you want to accomplish that maybe you didn't do because you were scared? Maybe even if that's going back to college, if that's like jumping in a cold pool, like it could be anything. But it's find that hard thing and just do it.
Whatever the challenge is, find your trail.
Find your trail.
And complete it. You did it. Unbelievable. Thank you for being here to talk about it. Black Outside is available for purchase or rental on major digital entertainment platforms. So awesome. Guys, back over to you.
Oh, what a great conversation, Janae. Thank you. And coming up, we're getting really ambitious in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Chef Monique is here. Stick around. You're watching GMA. Oh, it smells so good.
We're going to eat. All right, we are back now with kid-friendly recipes for busy parents. And joining us now is Chef Monique Volz, a blogger and social media star with more than 1 million followers. And she has a new cookbook coming out called the Ambitious Kitchen Cookbook. Monique, welcome to GMA.
Thanks
it's great
for
to have
having
you.
me.
Yes, we all need this. I'm a parent myself, so we got to get to work. And you say one thing that every family household needs is an easy banana muffin recipe.
Yes,
right?
These are my better for you banana muffins.
Yes.
They're not only better for you.
Gluten-free, right?
They're gluten-free,
Okay.
but we're packing in nutritious
Yeah, Gia's Mr. Fancy Diet guy. So, all right, put me to work.
So we've got mashed bananas in a bowl.
Okay.
You're going to add all of the wet ingredients in.
There we
There's
go.
some eggs. These are naturally sweetened with pure maple syrup,
Ooh,
which I love.
ooh.
So they're a little bit better for you, better for the kids.
Excellent.
A little milk, a little oil,
Mhm,
and
mhm.
vanilla, which I say always measure by the heart.
Yes, okay. And then?
Whisk it up. And then we're going to be adding in all of our dry ingredients. So these muffins are super fun because they use oat flour. Have you ever used oat flour?
I have not.
Okay, so really you just take rolled oats
Okay.
and put them in your blender.
Oh, okay,
Until they
great.
resemble a flour.
Excellent.
We're adding that in. We're using almond flour, which packs a little more protein, a little bit of fiber.
Boom.
And flaxseed meal, omegas.
Okay, all right. In?
Cinnamon, salt.
Keep whisking with
I know, I'm
baking
not an
powder.
expert here, so
You're
it
doing
looks better
great.
when you do it at home.
You're doing great.
Yeah, okay.
What's struggling?
All right, so after we put that together.
Once it's all mixed together, we're adding in some chocolate chips.
Yep.
Whatever kind you'd like.
Since we got to move it on for time here, but this is the end product, right? It's gorgeous.
And it's delicious. So good.
And from our taste testers over here, it's verified. All right, now let's jump in. These are Moroccan-inspired meatballs.
Yeah, so in my cookbook, I really wanted a lot of family-friendly, easy weeknight dinners. So these are a way to kind of just bring a lot of flavor to your dinner table, and kids love them. So they include Moroccan spices. So as you can see, we have a ton of different spices: cumin, cinnamon, some turmeric, and then we're adding in breadcrumbs.
Should I be stirring?
You can start.
Got it. I'm not going to do this with my bare hands,
Yeah,
though,
no,
right?
don't do
Okay,
that.
got it, yes. I want to
Mint,
cross-contaminate the studio.
And what I love about these, and what my kids love about these, are that they have carrots in them. So it adds a nice sweet element.
Okay.
And also,
You getting that sweet element?
little veggie, a little more veggie in the meatball. Garlic, ginger, the whole thing.
And then when we get through, this is the finished product. And you have a special sauce over here, right?
Yes, and what I love about these meatballs is that you can pan fry them or bake them, make them ahead of time. They come with a delicious couscous. It's got cherries in there, pistachios, and a whipped feta sauce.
Excellent. Well, it looks
So
fantastic.
good.
Wait, I'm missing a meatball. What happened here?
I ran out and I just.
Well, did you see there was a whole missing line here?
Okay, I see what happened here. Yeah, those weren't fully cooked, by the way. Monique, thank you so much. We appreciate it. Once again, the book is called The Ambitious Kitchen Cookbook.
Thank you so much for watching Good Morning America. We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.